Hello Benny, Anna, Helen, Istvan, Tommy, Lorenzo. I hope this video letter finds you well. It's been a long time, and certainly I owe you a decent coverage of what was going on in Kherson over the past year. Today, I want to show you unique moments of my city occupied by Russian forces and how the liberation unfolded. Artillery battles and sniper duels over the Dnieper River have become our new norm, while the river itself stipulates the war front line. They marched into our city on March 1, covering every home in town with horror. Very few dared to walk out during the first days of the invasion. Some had been staying home for 8 months, imprisoned by their fear. After 5 days, the first demonstrations began and continued for a month. Until the Russians suppressed them with stun grenades and rubber bullets. With time, Russian officers even brought their families to Kherson. Their businessmen came along hoping to make profits.
Their hopes diminished as the Ukrainian forces attacked a Russian compound in a former military hospital in a downtown of the city. Yes, these were HIMARS rockets.
Local residents played a key role in guiding the strikes, providing precise coordinates and movements of Russian forces to the Ukrainian army. Then, it was headquarters, a storage facility, another time, soldier barracks. The HIMARSes had such a devastating effect on the invaders, they had no choice but to relocate the armories to the left bank, out of the range of the Ukrainian rockets. It was about middle of July. During a walk to my summer house, we saw a large convoy crossing the Antonievsky Bridge heading towards the left bank. We assumed they were leaving for good, and it was our moment of big joy. We didn't realize that true liberation would not occur for another 4 months. In September alone, Ukrainian forces hit Russian targets in Kherson more than 10 times, enough to develop a HIMARSophobia among Russian troops within the city.
On October 13, we saw an awakening message in a Telegram channel of the Russian-assigned governor of Kherson.
Kherson city administration has decided to organize the opportunity for Kherson families, primarily for residents of the right bank, to travel to the regions of Russian Federation for recreation and study.
As Ukrainian forces advanced, the Russian officials, their police, and other civil security personnel began evacuating, departing one by one. The soldiers were the last to withdraw. There were too many, so to get to the left bank, they stole most of our boats, while destroying those vessels they had no use for. Shortly before the retreat, they also destroyed our city facilities, leaving us cut off from water, electricity, and internet. It was early in the morning of November 11 as I drove to Lilea Beach to call my mom. The only chance to get online was by fishing out Russian LTE signal from the other side of Dnieper River. It was very foggy. The artillery was deafening. Something big was about to happen. On my way back, I spotted a Russian military car. The officer was hastily driving down the road to the river, probably to catch the last boat. I got it. They were gone. I rushed home and asked Artur and Katya to take all of our gear. We took a long drive and filmed one of our most emotional footages ever. Just look at their faces. They are not aware. Some are just beginning to comprehend. From the moment we saw the first jeeps with Ukrainian soldiers at Freedom Square, our emotions took completely over. I'm still holding back tears while recollecting those moments. After a short week of euphoria, our worst fears materialized. The Russian army started shooting at the city relentlessly. Every day. They don't aim, blindly firing at residential districts, killing and severely injuring civilians while destroying house after house. Most hospitals in Kherson have already been bombarded. I never imagined that approaching the Dnipro, our shared habitat, would be so terrifying. The riverbank is under constant sniper fire from the left bank, with reports of people being killed while attempting to collect water. They use almost everything: mortars, tanks, cannons, rockets, to randomly shoot at the city.
What kills are deadly splashes of iron, a Russian rocket, or a shell torn into thousands of pieces.
The conditions are unimaginable. Most city districts are empty, with windows covered by plywood. Many residential buildings have been hit by artillery.
Still, the life goes on. They stay, even in the most dangerous places. You could call it crazy, audacious, careless, brave, unbreakable, but they stay. They won't leave their home.
In early June, driven by fear of the announced Ukrainian counteroffensive, the Russians made the drastic decision to blow up the Kakhovka Dam. Instantly, our wide Dnipro became a raging mountain river, mercilessly sweeping away everything in its path. Do you remember our dacha, the place where I used to take you? I fear it may now be ruined. Yet currently, there's no way to know. The extent of the calamities is immeasurable. The Russians keep burning their boats and bridges, both literally and metaphorically, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. The full consequences of this flood are yet to be revealed. I do know, however, that many people from Kherson and beyond began working together in this time of need.
Ты помнишь, куда дальше, Катя? Катя, давай, говори. Лёш, налево. Скажи, чтобы выходили без звонка.
Да. А сестричка твоя где?
О,
Она уехала, была.
Да, пошел
она бежала мне
процесс.
туда поехать. Я говорю, да не, мне тут нормально.
Some fought to defend those who stayed. Others are engaged in rescue operations or reporting the truth.
Животные есть?
Есть. Коты, собаки, да. Попугаю надо, попугай
Я вас
убираю.
встречу, не волнуйтесь.
Нету
Что, он
корма.
колбаску съест?
А?
Колбаску съест?
Им же нельзя колбасу давать.
Держите раз.
Коты, собаки, и там спасаем на причале.
Тихо, тихо, тихо.
Эвакуировали уже много.
I witness people on their mission. And when peace returns, there'll be an abundance of stories to share.
У вас хорошо.
Нам на туда.
I am grateful for the support you offered and thoughts you sent to me throughout these grueling 1.5 years. Any plans may be temporarily on hold until the war ends. Yet, rest assured, my plan remains to get on the journey that will bring me to you, where I can embrace you tightly. With sincerest gratitude, your friend from Kherson.